Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to do something a little different. How many of you out there have some of these? These came out of an old Rolodex that who knows where it came from, but I have started to throw them away 2 or 3 times, and I don't know why, I just can't. Now yours might be made of chipboard, and that would be even better. Mine are plastic. So it still works, but the chipboard would be even better. So if you have any laying around, I'll show you one thing that you can do with them. Now there are many things that you can do with these. You can even make a little mini album by using some of these as pages and just attach them in your journal. Cover them with paper. You can do that too. I'm not going to do that today because that takes a little bit longer than what we're going to do. Today I'm just going to show you a few little easy things to do with them and still be able to use them in your journals, and they look really nice. Now I'm going to cover all of mine with paper because, as you can see, they're a bunch of different colors, and none of those colors actually go with my journal, so we're going to cover them with paper. Now I'm just going to use some of my scraps because I like to get my scraps used up. I don't like to have big piles of scraps laying around, so I try to think of everything that I can to use my scraps up first before I dive into any new paper. These are just some scraps that I have had left from making some journals for you guys, the ones that you bought, the pre-made journals that I was making. These are some scraps that I've had left over, so I'm going to try to use those up first on this. Now, art glitter glue holds on this plastic well. I have tried it. I've already made a couple, and I have tried it out, and it works fine. There's no issue with it. And then I just covered the back with some paper in case you wanted to use these instead of a pocket in your journal. You could use them as a journaling card and just have that little tab on there. Either way. Now, also on this one, I stitched just to see if you could stitch on this plastic. My machine stitched on it well, but now I don't know about yours. I don't know. You'd probably just have to test it. And I would test it very, very carefully, because you don't want that needle breaking and, you know, hurting you or something. I would put some glasses on or something if I was going to test it, just to make sure, because they're not actually made to stitch through plastic. But mine didn't have any issue with it. But now, I don't know about yours. But you don't have to stitch. Inking around them looks well too. Now, I just put that down on there, and then the best thing to do is just burnish it real well, because you want that glue to adhere and go into that plastic. And like I said, this one I did a while ago. I don't have any issues with anything coming up. So far, so good. I don't think there's going to be a problem with it. I would not use just glue stick. I wouldn't do that, because I don't think glue stick would hold on here very well. You could probably use Fabri-Tac. You could use PVA glue. You could use a lot of things like that. A book glue. Anything that's going to adhere to a slick surface you could use. And then all I do after I put that on there is I'm just going to trim this off. Now, yesterday, you guys noticed I didn't really get any videos up. I did get a couple of videos up, but it was some that I had filmed earlier last week, and I just wanted to get those up to have something going for yesterday. I didn't get a tutorial done because yesterday was my anniversary, and I just didn't want to spend the day out in the shop and working and crafting and all of that, so we just kind of hung out together and done our own thing last night after we got finished working. So we had a good evening just watching movies and talking and that kind of thing. Alright, so today I'm going to try to get back into my videos and maybe put you up a couple of videos. Now, I don't mind which way, any which way my writing goes is fine with me. It doesn't bother me. I don't worry about it. If you want to make sure that you get it the right way up and you're going to use it this way, that's fine. I don't worry about it. I just put it on there, because I'm probably going to put some embellishments on this anyway, so it's really not going to matter. Now I do go ahead and ink around the edges. You are going to have a little bit, if you're using it as a pocket, you're going to have a little bit of that maybe showing there, but it's not going to be, they would really have to get down sideways to look at it because it's so thin. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover the back. Now I like to cover the back, as you guys know, with this paper. And this is the drawing paper that I get off of Amazon. You can get like 500 sheets for, I think it's $6. You can write on it very well. It's a good quality paper. I think it's 9 by 14. It's bigger than regular copy paper. And I get lots of backings and coverings and things on it. Plus, it prints really well. If you cut it down to your printer size and you want to print something on it, it prints well and everything looks so vintage. It's really pretty. So today we'll just craft along and chat along and that kind of thing. Let me, I'm going to grab one of these that Melina printed on. I'll show you. And see, I just like to smooth that glue in, making sure that I got a good coverage on the back. So let me grab this right here. She actually printed on a sheet that I have here. Look at that. Look at those tags. Isn't that pretty? That makes them look even more vintage when you print on that paper. And I think on this one, yeah, it's the tags too. So I haven't cut these out to use them yet, but that's why I've got them clipped to my little words and things. I will be using them. Whoops. Now the only thing that's kind of tricky about trimming around this is just when you get to this little thing right here. So just use a sharp pair of scissors and maybe a pair of scissors that has a little point. That's why I'm switching back and forth, because a scissors that have a little tiny point on them gets into that little nook and cranny there a little bit better. And I usually just go ahead and cut that off and then I can get in there. And I'm sure, as creative as you guys are, you will come up with lots of different ways. You could go ahead and trim it out before you put it on here if you wanted to. Go ahead and trim it, then just lay it on here. You know, that's not my style. I just lay it down and go. But it'd probably be easier. Well, I don't know if it'd be easier on me. It'd probably be easier on somebody who can get everything straight when they lay it down on here. But you know me, I would probably cut it out, have it just the perfect size, and then all of a sudden I would lay it down crooked, and then I'd have a little crooked mess. Oh me. But see, that's fine with me. It's trimmed enough. I'm not going to worry about it. And then when you're putting your ink on, just make sure that you go downward and not up and down. You don't want to give that any reason to turn loose of those edges. See, there is another. You could use this for a pocket. Let's say, let me grab something. Say this was our page right here. And then I could put that down, glue it here, here, and here, and it'd be very easy to glue since we have this paper on the back. Glue it like that, and there's our little pocket. Or you could have a pocket. Let's just say I put this one down as a pocket. And then I just wanted to use this one as a journaling card. I could just slide that one down in there for a journaling card. Still have my little tab on it and all that kind of stuff. So lots of different ways you can use them. And like I said, I've got so many. I wanted to use some for my journals. I wanted to come up with some different things to do with them. So that's what we're doing today. And I thought I'd take you guys along with me, because if you're like me and you're in the older crowd, you probably use these when you was working. That's where I got mine. I used it when I was working in a office job somewhere, and so I had plenty. Actually, I have two. I had plenty of things left, so I thought, why not go ahead and we'll use it to make some journaling cards and pockets and things like that with. Now I'm just looking through a little pack of just some odds and end ephemera that I have here. I haven't put any of this in my ephemera book yet because truthfully I haven't trimmed it out and not sure if I find anything in here to use, but I was just searching through. Okay, I'm thinking that one is going to work. That is also from the Tim Holtz collection. That's from that vintage wallpaper that we have had and got more ordered, but we still haven't got it in. But that's what that is from. And now what I would like is a little label or something there. And I'm thinking about one of these. It's actually got some of the same colors in it. Let's trim it out a little bit and we can look at it a little better. It might not work. We shall see. Well, it's got some of that same burgundy, so I think I'm going to use it. And that is from that is from Blue Fern. The Blue Fern collection that we had. Oh, it's been probably 6 months ago now. Blue Fern always had some really pretty ephemera packs and bits and pieces packs with all of their kits. Now, when I have a little bit of white and the little knobs are a little bit bigger than what I want, I just go back in and I clip that again. I kind of go on top of those other ones, the little nubs that are clipped. I kind of go on top of those and I just clip it again. And it makes it a little bit finer and look a little bit more like a stamp. Let me clip this. It makes it just a little bit better. This top is a little bit, got a little bit too much of that cream color on there. So there we go. See, it works a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm still learning on how to make this to where it will focus when I hold things up close. I have read and I've about got it. But I still want to read more so that I can get it exactly right. So thank you guys for being patient with me on this. Like I said, my other one didn't have any bells and whistles on it. You turned it on and it was done. And you turned it off. This one, you turn it on, you set it, you move it, you adjust it. I mean, it's got all kinds of things on there. So it's taken me a little bit. But I am so appreciative to you guys for your support in order for me to get this new camera. I needed one desperately, but my YouTube channel needed it, but my family and my store needed other things. So my store and my family came first. But I thank you guys so much. As a matter of fact, I need to thank a few people right now. So I'm going to take just a minute, not going to take long, to thank a few people for helping support our YouTube channel through the Buy Me a Coffee link, and that is directly below. You can go over there and click on that and you can find out what that's all about. But I need to thank Jean, Jeanette, Jenny, Carol, Mary, Marie, Tiffany, Thurman, Cynthia, Carol, and Marjorie. Thank you guys so much for your support. You will never know how much it means to me and how much it means to my family. Look at that. That's pretty, I think. I like that one. Okay. Let's get these little pieces up. And what a nice way to use your scraps and, you know, to make them to make something really pretty. And you could always collage these. If you don't want to just put paper directly down on them, you could take your scraps that you have and just collage it. I mean, if you don't have a big enough piece, just collage. But I have some pretty big pieces here. Now some of these probably are not going to be the size that I need. That one's a little short, as you can see. So we could just cover that with something else. But let's wait until we use our bigger pieces up. So I'm going to go into my little scrap bag here. This is where I keep my bigger scraps. And scraps that I know I need to use up. I keep them in one of these little, this is the E-Club Kit bags. that you get each month when you're in the E-Club kit. Okay, we've got enough here to get us going good. I think I'm going to use this one next, and I'm going to use this one this way up just because our flowers do look better if we run them in the right direction. Now, what I was talking about a minute ago, you could lay this down if you wanted to and trim it out, you know, cut it out and then glue it down. I'm not so good at that, but let's give it a try and just see what happens. I usually, when I do that, then I lay it down, I get it off. So that's why I like to just put my glue on there first and then just trim around it. But we'll give it a shot, see what happens. I mean, what could be the worst that could happen? That we just have to make another? Oh, well, make another one. It's just paper. It is a lot easier to trim out this way, around that little nub there. You probably just need to make sure that you go on the outside of your little trim line, because that would make a difference. Now, I'm not going to worry about the corners right now. I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can get this laid down straight. Look at that. There we go. See if I can get it laid down straight, which, there it is. It does show a little bit, but not much. So I'm going to give this one more little trim right here. And then I think I'm going to put it down. There we go, like that. Okay, so let's put some glue on this side. You just have to make sure that you're cutting it out and gluing it on the side that you cut it. Okay. All I'm worried about is that little nub. I can always trim around everything else again, but I just want to get the little nub straight and then this top part as straight as possible, and then all of these other little edges we can do later. We can trim those out easy. Easy peasy. Who is that says easy peasy lemon squeezy? Somebody says that on their videos all the time. I watched one the other night. I think that's where I got that. Or I watched 5 minutes of it before I fell asleep. Okay, I am watching a new series, and it's a Netflix. And, you know, I like unusual movies. I don't like really a lot of sci-fi, but this one could probably fall in the category of sci-fi, but it's, then again, no, it's not. But I don't like, I'm not a lovey-dovey, I don't like lovey-dovey movies and, you know, war movies and all that kind of stuff. I'm not real fond of that kind of thing. So I usually try to find a movie that really catches my interest and makes me think. You know, I don't know how to put it exactly. I like action-packed, suspense-filled, something like that. So this movie is. It's all of those things and more. The thing is, every time I suggest one to Melina and Brandon, they watch it and then they're like, that movie was awful. So they do not like the same movies that I do. But I'll tell you guys what the name of this one is, and you can watch it if you want. It doesn't really have a lot of ugly language or anything like that in it. Now, it is a little bit out there. I don't really know how far out there because it is a series, so I haven't really, you know, I haven't seen to the end what exactly happens. But, I mean, I'm not saying that it's something dirty and you don't need to watch it. It's not dirty at all. But the name of it is Manifest. So let me know in the comments below if you have watched that. I don't know if anybody has watched it or not, but I am loving it. I mean, I get what little time I get to watch it. I don't sit down until probably about 9 o'clock at night. So then from 9 till when I fall asleep, which is usually not very long, I watch either Netflix or YouTube or something, because I'm not, my husband watches Westerns and war movies and things like that, and that doesn't really interest me that much, unless it's Cheyenne. Now, I do like Cheyenne, but I like Cheyenne because of the way he looks, because he's a cutie. But, and if any of you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments below. I know some of you that are close to my age will know what Cheyenne is. He was a Clint Walker, very good-looking guy, very, very built. He was, back in the day, he was the hottie in Hollywood. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so when he's watching his westerns, then I usually just flip over to YouTube, or, I catch up on my YouTube videos that I'd like to watch, YouTube channels, and then from there, I just kind of go into Netflix or, Amazon, whatever is showing something that's interesting. And I happened to flip up on this one the other night, and I thought, I don't know if I want to watch that or not, but I was out of things to watch, so I went ahead and turned it on, and I am enjoying it. I'm on, I don't know, I've watched 5 series now, and I'm enjoying it. I like it. So, let me know in the comments below if you've watched it, or give me suggestions of some of the series. I like series or good movies. I don't like little short, 30-minute things. I like something that's going to, keep my interest perked for a while. But let me know if you have seen any good movies lately, or anything that's worth watching. I'd like to know, because I'm always looking for something to. I can't just sit and do nothing. I have to sit and do something. So I'm always looking for new things to watch. And I love to read, but reading is so relaxing to me. Every time I sit down and read, I go to sleep. I cannot read without falling asleep. So I can usually get about 2 chapters read, and then I'm gone, because it relaxes me so much. But now I can listen to audiobooks, and I don't tend to go to sleep as quick, but I still go to sleep. And I guess I just go to sleep because I'm, like I said, I don't stop until about 9 at night, and then by then I'm tired. So, okay. I just talked right through that one. I just covered that one, and I think I'm just going to put that creative on there. These are some of Betty's, from Betty's Custom Designs, some of her labels that she has made. So I think I'm going to put that on there. I like how it looks with that, and I really don't want to cover any of this other part up. So we shall put that right there. There we go. So there is another. See how quick and easy they are to make? And I am liking them. I'll have more pockets and things that I can use in my journals, and that's always a plus. I have no idea what that loud noise is outside. Oh, well, this one is going the wrong way. We can use this one. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, I like the back side too. We might make one for both sides. Okay. I think I'm just going to take my chances cutting around it. To me, I like it better. It's a little bit quicker than trimming it out and then laying it down, then trimming it again. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so you don't have to make it absolutely perfect. I need to know which way that's running. That way, I think. So I caught up with comments the other day, and now I'm behind again. I can never stay caught up. I don't know how Melina does it. She gets lots of comments too, and she always stays caught up. But she's one of those that, she's a person that has lists and has time frames set for everything. And so from this hour to that hour, she does this, and from that hour to that hour, she does that. She's a whole lot more organized than her mother. Okay, now I'm gonna trim this bottom part off, and then I'll get my little scissors, and I'll do, the reason I like these for this little area is they've got that little tiny point on them, And that point is good at cutting these little areas like this. Because it's sharp. These are the Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors. And I think we still have some of these in stock. This is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 6-inch, I do believe. And somebody said that they was afraid that these would not fit their hands because they have big hands. I have big hands too, and they fit my fingers fine. I don't have a problem with them. But these are sharp. They will cut fabric and go right back to cut paper, so you can cut both. I like to go around and trim these little things off. All right, I think we have enough to go on one more maybe. Yep. So how hot is it in your area today? Oh my word, it's hot here. It is hot and muggy and very, very humid. I don't know what the humidity is today, but the sun is shining bright and it is hot. And I know a lot of this it's basically you watching me trim everything, but I just thought this would be, if anybody else is like me and they have these in their stash, you might be wondering, well, do I just need to throw those away since we don't use Rolodex anymore? Or very few people do. Or is there something I can do with that? Because that's what I was wondering. I kept thinking, there's got to be something I can do with them. I don't want to throw them in the garbage. Number one, because they're plastic. So finding a use for them was good for me. All right, there we go. Isn't that cute? I love that one. Okay. Need to trim that one a little bit more out there. Now also, if you have any problems trimming around these, you could take a little fingernail file and just file, and it would cut it that way. I have seen people do that. But so far I've not had any issues. Just slows me down a little bit around that little point, but that's fine. Now, I don't think I'm going to want anything on that one either. Look at that. I may just put a little label on it. Let's take one of her botanical labels and see if that would look good. This one may be a little bit dark. Ooh, no, I think that's going to work great. And this says nature and gives the definition for nature. Oh yeah, look at that. That blends perfectly with that. Look at that one. That is so cute. I am loving it. Loving it, loving it. Let's see. Let's make one with this. And what I'm going to do is grab a yellow one, because this has some yellow in it, and if any shows through, then it will be that yellow, because this is just printed on copy paper. Now, the only thing is, let me think. My art glitter glue is probably going to show through that since it's only printed on copy paper. So I may not use that one. I need to use something a little bit thicker since I don't want to have... I could use my Fabri-Tac, but I would rather just use something else. So let's grab another piece. Now this is a collection that I ordered from AliExpress, and somebody asked me how to spell her name. Now it's a company and it's called Ali, AliExpress, AliExpress. And you can order things off of there. Now it does take a while on shipping, but I ordered these just to see if they were worth the money. They're little 6x6 paper pads. This piece is thick. This is the top piece, so I'll use that for some backing. These are pretty thick. They actually surprised me being as thick as they are, and I thought they were really pretty, so I'm going to use some of this. And this company sent me a real sweet thank you card and all of that, so I thought that was very nice. So let's go ahead and use this one and make another. Sometimes I order just one of something from there if I'm not sure about the company, if I've not ever ordered from them before. And this is a fairly new company that I've not ordered from before, so I ordered two. I ordered this one and another. But like I said, they seem to be nice quality. They're single-sided, but they still seem to be nice quality. And I got free shipping, so you can't beat that. Now, I'll probably never find where I ordered this again. So all you need to do is go to that store, AliExpress, and if you want to order from there, just type in 6x6 paper pads, and tons of paper pads will come up. There are some from all different areas. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. And that glued very well. Okay. Now, let's find something to put on the back. And we're definitely going to keep that. I have this piece, and this is from Betty's Custom Designs, I believe. This is from one of her collections, and this is going to look really pretty with that. I'm going to go ahead and trim off the edge, just because if I don't, I'll end up getting that white on there. So I'm just going to trim it off real quick. All right. Now we can put that down like that. And I definitely would not spare on the glue when you're putting these down if you're using plastic like me, because you want to make sure that it sticks. Oh, I like that. Look at that. Now all we need to do is put a little ink around this, and I don't think this one's going to need any embellishing either. I may just put a label because it's got flowers, it's got type. It really doesn't even need a label, I don't think. What do you think? I don't think it even needs a label. I think it's good just like it is, because it has all kinds of writing on here, and I'm afraid if I put a label, that's just going to take away from that. I think I'm going to leave it just as is. See how many we've made. 2, 3, 4. We've only made 4, but then I made 2 beforehand, so we've got 6. Okay, let's grab another one of these papers and make another. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? And that. My goodness. See, I've not looked through all these. I just opened it with you guys. Ooh, that's pretty too. I'll accept that. The owl. Let's see. What paper do we want to use? I might use that one. Oh wow, that's so vintage postcards. Isn't that pretty? So what? That one's pretty too. I like that. Okay. So I think I'll use one of these. I may just use both of them. I may make 2 more and use both of them. I think I'll use that one there. Oh, I ate lunch today, and I normally don't eat lunch. I normally just snack a little bit in the middle of the day, but I ate lunch today because hubby went and got something. And now I'm so sleepy, I can't, I'm so sleepy I can't hold my head up. Eating makes me sleepy. I don't need to eat in the middle of the day. And too, it's so hot, that heat just drains you of energy. Even though it's quite cool in here. We've got the air turned down so we can breathe, but still you can feel that humidity. So Saturday is Aaron's birthday, guys. No, Sunday. Is it the 20th. His birthday is the 20th. So is that Sunday? I think it is Father's Day. It's his 21st birthday. He's so excited. He has talked about his birthday all week. Nanny, it's only 6 more days to my birthday. It is only 5 more days to my birthday. And for any of you people that are new and wondering why I'm talking about a 21-year-old like that, Aaron is our grandson that has autism. And, you know, the doctors told him he would never walk, he would never talk, or told his mom and dad that he would basically just take him home and make him comfortable, is what they said. Well, you know, God has different plans. He sings in a gospel group. He has recorded 2 CDs. He is, I mean, it doesn't bother him to get up in front of people and sing songs, and he gets up in front of big crowds and auditoriums, and it doesn't bother him. He loves it. He talks. I mean, you can tell that there is a speech impediment there, but he still can get out what he wants you to know. It may take him a little bit, but he's a sweetheart. And his 21st birthday is Sunday. So we're having a Father's Day / Aaron's birthday party. Or AJ, for the ones who bought the AJ kit. It's AJ. And those kits will be going out. I think Melina is planning on getting those out by Friday, I think. I think everything's here, and so all we need to do is pack them up, or all they need to do is pack them up and put them in the mail. So I think that's what they're planning. And then I've got to get busy making the videos for it. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that one too. So don't throw these away. Don't throw them away. Use them. You can use these in your journals, in your mini albums. Lots of different ways. Or you could use this as a little card to send, you know, happy mail, or to send to a friend. Just use it as a little card. But isn't that cute? Okay, look at that one. Oh, I'm liking that one. All right, I saw a little place right there that I didn't get glue on, I bet. There we go. Okay, and then on this one, do we need to put anything on that one? What about just one of these washi stickers? Okay, I think I like the blue one better. I know there's not really any blue in that, but I didn't want to use the same color. This is more of a bluish purple here, so I think this will work okay. Now, if you press it down really hard with your bone folder, then it will go, you know, it will blend more in with your paper and look like it was a part of your paper. And you can also, if your paper is really distressed in the back, you can just rub over the top of that a little bit with your distress tool, and it will color that washi paper in the back and make it look like that flower was just made on that card. All right, I think I'm going to put a little label right up here. That one will be pretty right there. This is another one from Betty, from Betty's Custom Designs, and all these stores are on Etsy. The other labels was from Tracy Fox. And her Etsy store is called Love Junk Journals, but you can just look up Tracy Fox and it will pull her up. She has her name in there too. So if you just want to look her name up, you can find her that way. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Alright, I think I will use the one that had that purple in it. I think I'll use this side of this one right here, because we've already got one that has that on it. And I did print this on a thicker cardstock, so I think we'll be okay by putting this down like that. Now I'm just staying away from the edge because I didn't trim that edge off. So we're just staying away from that edge. Okay. And we're going to use this to back it with. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Let's use this to back it with. And you could also put trim on these. You could put some lace on them. You could do lots and lots of different things. This is just ideas. Alright, there is that one. And I think that's calling for a label, don't you? Let's see if we have one that... I'm thinking one of these gold looking ones is going to look good on there because it has some of that goldish yellow inside. And I'm going to trim this one down a little bit more. It's got a couple of different layers that you can use. I'm just going to trim this one down a little more. Alright, that is it. Okay, let's drag all the ones that we have made back over and we'll push all of this out of the way. We got rid of a few scraps, and then I did cut into some newer paper, but most of this is made from scraps entirely. I probably need to put a label on that one. I haven't put anything on that one yet. And then this one didn't need a label, so look at that. Push that up so you can see all of them. Isn't that cute? And they're ready to go in a journal. So I'm excited about that. And now I know what we can make with all the rest of these. I got rid of a few, but look how many more I still have. I still have quite a few. So I will probably continue to make these until I run out of this size scraps. And then I'll put those back and make more another time. But that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that little bell if you want to be notified when we put up new videos. We will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. If you make these, make sure that you go over and share them on our Facebook group. That link is directly below. Just ask to join and one of the admins will approve you. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.